So, not entirely sure what to talk about, but I'll I'll go ahead and talk about the upcoming projects I want to start on this channel. I have my chalkboard coming in today. Hopefully, it comes in before I leave. Um, on this small little day trip. So that way, maybe I can set it up. I'm trying to think of how to get a good setup for my room going, but my room is a mess. I'm not sure where else to set up. I mean, I could try setting up in my, late grandmother's old room, but there's a bunch of Legos in there. I mean, I have a fairly large Lego collection. Not nothing like what some of the you know what some of the grand collectors have. The people who are on TV who have like a whole room full of Legos, like shelves, display cases, everything. I don't have that much. Hell, I don't even have half of that. I probably might have like maybe a fifth of that. So, and I'm also debating if I want to sell any or if I just want to get rid of the majority of the collection and just have like a bunch of money sitting in my account. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of tempting because also I'm collecting jewelry at the same time, so it's like I could always buy a little bit more, but it's a problem that I see in our family. Retail therapy, buying our feelings away. And I think I see now why I also tend to have my love language as gift giving, because it's the easiest way to show love. Because I'm not really sure how else to show it. I mean, I don't know. My ex has said that I am selfish in a good way. That I put myself first, but I don't want to be known as completely selfish. And I don't think that's what she meant at all. I think she just meant, when it comes to the grand scheme of things, I put myself first and then put everyone else second. And honestly, that's sadly how it should be for most people. Actually, for everyone, really. You gotta take care of yourself first. Trying to take care of myself. I just, there are days where I feel fine. And then all of a sudden, just the big sad hits. And my mood just goes to absolute shit. Don't really know why. I think it's more of just the fact that, my actions have led to me being in a worse situation than, I originally was. I was lucky to have what I had, and, I alone let anger get the best of me. And, I don't really know how else to grapple or handle or deal with it right now. Because constantly distracting myself is not working. And it's funny how people say to work on yourself. How am I supposed to work on myself when I am trying and it is fucking failing? Explain that to me. I'd like to know. I'd like to know the secret. What's the secret sauce as to how you can all of a sudden take years of your life away trying to improve yourself. I'm just done. I'm just checked out. I'm just waiting to die, really. That's how I feel. I am just simply waiting to die. I'm letting time pass. Someone asked me an important question yesterday. Am I doing the things that make me happy, or am I just letting time pass? And I'm just letting it pass. Because I am just hoping that I don't have to experience this hell anymore. Yesterday I was also thinking, and these are just the intrusive thoughts that I have, so, get a glimpse inside the mind of someone who's maybe, suicidal. I was sitting with my friend at a restaurant, and I saw one of those dull, not the pointed, but like the rounded knives that you get normally to cut up steaks. I was thinking about taking the serrated edge and just slicing my jugular open. But I don't know how painful that would be. And I also don't know if it would fully work. You know, people tend to try and save me, and you know, maybe that's just not what I wanted. If you saw someone in a restaurant go and slice open their throat, but also I don't think anyone else would really want to see that. And then there were times where I was drawing and I was taking a look at my mechanical pencil. The pencil that I use for all my drawings is metal. It's literally just metal with a piece of lead in it. It's not plastic or anything, it's metal. And I just had the thought of trying to jam it into my head, like specifically somewhere in the central region. But I don't know if I would have the force to be able to drive it in, or if it would even work. So I think that's also what stops me from actually trying to end myself, is that I don't know if it will work. I want like a guarantee. Because yeah, sure, people don't really, normally survive headshots or, survive a bunch of other things, but there are the slim chances where you can survive. And I just don't want to be that slim chance where I survive. I don't know. Not trying to get pity or anything, I'm just trying to let you know what's going on inside this head of mine. Because, the only thing I would love more is just to see my ex. Just to talk to her. That's all I really want. It's just someone to talk to. Someone who understands me. Maybe someone who can give more insight. Because granted, I rarely get some insight that I need. I don't know. I just feel like maybe I wasn't even meant to be in this world. Maybe I was just meant to not exist. That's how I feel. And I still wonder if I should ask my mother the question, why did you have me? Because I really just want to know. Did she have that false sense of hope that things would be better? Did she really understand the bigger picture? Did she really start to see where the world was going? Did she stop and think about the future and what it might hold? I mean, she was 22 at the time, so the answer is probably no. 22-year-old me would probably think about it, but 22-year-old me was also miserable as well. And also living in fear, because my dad was still alive at the time. But, I'm trying not to buy my feelings away, but I've bought a chunk of shit. I've probably spent, I spent probably what I normally would spend actually in almost a year in about 4 months. 3.5 months or so. So I do need to stop. Hopefully with my up and coming semester for both my, tutoring gigs, hopefully I get enough hours to where I can actually save up and just build my savings back up. Either that or I might sell some Legos. I'm still debating it. We've even thought about cashing out some of my 401k just to have some extra money in my account. Because, I mean, if the threat of war looms over us, what good is that money gonna be? Might as well just use it now. That's the thought process that I have, and I think that's the thought process that a lot of boomers had. So I can't say I really blame them for being in financial dire straits, or rather I should say financial ruin, because there's a good chunk of them that are still working because they didn't have the savings because they thought the world would end. Can't say I blame them, because I'm starting to see their perspective, but, and it still can. That's the shitty part. There's nothing you can do about it. All that power lies in the hands of two fucking morons who don't have a clue. And I'm talking about our president, and I'm talking about, of course, our favorite madman who has control of half the nuclear arsenal around the world. Just sucks that, there's nothing that we can do, it sucks that people, even the military, don't seem to think about what exactly, what consequences would come from, pressing that big red button. I can tell you now, there's going to be nothing left to go back to. And even if you're still alive, you really would not want to be alive. So the lucky ones would be the ones who are gone first. You know, and that thought has always bothered me. I don't think it bothers me as much now, because I don't care about dying. I guess just as long as, you know, before I go, my loved ones know what happened. You know, maybe they have closure as well. You know, they know the reasons why. Or they know, you know, if something else happens to me and it's not even through my own doing, what happens. But I'm really trying. You know, I'm still here 3.5 months in, and I was in the psych ward for about a week for wanting to kill myself because I was debating about using my dad's handgun. Granted, it didn't have ammo, but I knew where to get ammo. And it's funny that confiscating the gun seems to solve things. It doesn't solve things. You just circumvented me being able to do something immediately. I would just have to wait and buy it. So it's not like you've outsmarted or beat me. You've just stalled me. That's really it. But does my mother care? I don't think so. She just continues to sit around and rot away in a house that continues to fall apart because the fucking useless landlord doesn't do anything to fix it, and continues to charge the same rent. I mean, she should be lowering the rent at this fucking rate because she doesn't do shit. The landlord, that is. And I also hate being here because I hate seeing my mother and brother plugged in. I hate seeing that could be me. I don't want that. I don't want to be a hermit. And, you know, it just sucks having to see that. I walk in and I see that, and that just depresses me immediately. That just makes me want to walk the fuck back out. So that's the reason why I don't really come home as often as I should. That's the reason why I usually leave in the morning and I come back in the evening. Because I don't want to see that. It brings my mood down. It makes me feel worse. So, I guess in case anyone's wondering why, you know, I'm gone for majority of the day, it's because I just don't want to be in this house. And I don't want to see what my future might hold. And, you know, I'm still pretty much alone. I try to hang out with friends. Majority of them are always busy. One of my friends is dating, although he, for some reason, is a goober and doesn't know what he wants. So, you know, I know what I want, but am I healthy enough for it? Probably not. And I gotta say, I'm fucking pissed about it because I just wish that everything went normally. You know, my dad didn't die, my grandmother didn't die. You know, I got a job out of college. I wish all those things just fell into fucking place so I would not be as deep in a depressive rut as I am now. But instead, the world just said, fuck you. And also, granted, my situation is nowhere near as worse as other people out there who are suffering. So I'm not trying to put my experiences and my, you know, mental anguish on a pedestal. I'm just saying, life is a bag of shit. And then you die. So, that's my thought. Anyway, I'm gonna try and just finish my coffee and wait for my friend to come pick me up and go to see our home. I mean, hopefully at least I get to see it before we all kill ourselves. So, I'm talking about humanity, of course. I somehow doubt humanity will ever get off this rock. I've always had hope that we would, but, you know, the deeper I go into, you know, what's going on, the more I see we just have no hope. So, so here is a doomer, telling you to hopefully have a good day, maybe better than mine so far, and I'll talk to you guys later. I'm probably not going to make a video tonight, and I probably might not make a video tomorrow morning, so it might be till like tomorrow night that I make another video. So, you know, hopefully this rant or this little ramble was a little insightful as to what I think, what I feel all the time. So, anyway, that's it for now.